You know, you might feel sometime like a sitting duck. You might feel like a sitting duck sometime, man. Shoot, you know. First of all, ShaBat, ShaLaWam. Yo, these are my Rooftop Confessions, man. I just want to talk on y'all, man. You know, it's a beautiful ShaBat. I got a beautiful view. You know, these are turbulent times, man. Everybody's going through it. But you got to know who you are. Sometimes going through it helps you know who you are. These are my Rooftop Confessions, man. They call me Drop. The drop is something that, you know, came into my life consciously through a real harsh time, through a real bad time, man. You got the people closest to you, you know, making real, you know, I mean, if you ever been through it, man, you know what I'm saying, with a close friend or homie turned enemy, something like that. Sometimes the people closest to you, you know what I mean, will, you know, really try to, you know what I'm saying, really try to do you in, man. And, you know, that's when I started coming about being still enough to even search for the water, man, search for the drop, search for, you know, what they call truth through a hard time. You know, but let's start back before the drop. They call me Marcus. Marcus Andrews. Some people call me No Name. No game, no gimmicks. Some people call me brother. Some people call me friend, you know. I'm from Inglewood. I'm from Los Angeles. I grew up in Inglewood until I was about 13. My parents, you know, separated. And then we moved off of Slauson and Crenshaw, man. You know, that's why I got love for LA. You know, if you're from LA, like, you know, you probably moved all over, been all over, man, or, you know, stayed at the same spot. But if you're from LA, man, you got love for LA, man. If you got love for LA, man, you got love for the Bay, man. If you got love for the Bay, you know what I mean, then you got love, man, for the whole West Coast. If you got love for the West Coast, you gotta have love for the South. If you got love for the South, you gotta have love for the East, the North. We are the Americans. You got love for the Americans, man. You gotta have love, man, for your people everywhere, man. Our people in Africa, right? Our people in Asia, all the islands, Antarctica. Yeah, I grew up, man, in the wood, LA. You know, just learning, man, growing, learning, seeking. You know what I mean? I had some great mentors, man. You know, I got a big brother. Man. Shout out to Political Mike, man. Out in Vegas, holding down Vegas. Anybody want to get sharp, man, you know what I'm saying, with your, you know, defense skills. My big bro, you know what I'm saying, Big Mike, man, he'll get you sharp, man. Just DM me. Because, you know what I'm saying, Big Mike make sure we was trained up, you know, from the jump. You know what I mean? And, you know, I got great mentors, man. You know what I'm saying? People like Rasheem the Dream, man. Rasheem Ellington. What it do, Rasheem, man? My bruh, Ra the Great. You know, people like that. People like LG. LG, my homie LG really put me on. 432. He sat me down so I could watch my first video. You know what I mean? I got a big sister. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sister Ganan. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she made sure I had my mind right, man. So, you know, I had great mentors, man. My pops, rest in power. Michael Andrews, shout out to my pops, man. Big Mike, you know what I mean? And, you know, jazz musician, serious jazz musician, you know. Used to tour with Curtis Blow back in the day. Shout out to Curtis Blow. You know what I mean? The legend, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Curtis used to be at the crib, man, and, you know, actually came to Pop's funeral, said some words, man. So I appreciate you, Curtis, for showing up. You know what I mean? And, you know, they shut down Lamert Park out here in LA, man, and did a whole, you know, great service for my dad, man. And, you know, it was dope, man. I mean, this is just my roots. I'm just letting you in on my confessions, man. You know? I mean, look, you know, things happen for a reason, man. And just to get to where we are right now, let me tell you, it ain't been no easy journey. You know what I'm saying? No easy feat. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing been easy. You know what I mean? About survival and being real. You know what I mean? I was, you know what I'm saying, probably I'm probably the only male in my family that ain't no, like, you know, super active in the street gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? But I got love, man, for, you know what I mean? That's why it's like you can't forget where you come from, and you got to get love, man, because everybody's at where they at. We all tried, man. We all, you know what I'm saying? We all are trying to find our routes, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to my cousins, man. You know, because of my cousins, I've been clear in a lot of situations because of what, you know what I'm saying, their reputation is out here, man. Shout out to my big homie Keith, man. What it do, Marquise Diamond, man? Y'all follow Marquise Diamond, man, if y'all want the drop, man, on what's popping in the city. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, shout out to Marquise, man. I mean, he raised me since I was like 17 years old as a big bro. You know what I mean? So, these are real ones, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm blessed, man, to have the mentors, have the team, have the real ones. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed, man. And the drop came about, man, at a low point, you know what I mean, like we all go through, to where I had to be still enough, man, to really start focusing on a few different things kind of at once, you know what I mean? If you watch the YouTube, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This IG, though, this is something different over here, man. Nah, man, you watch the YouTube, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody on IG, man, just for supporting the entire family, the entire Drop Nation, the entire Eat the Squad. I'm just letting you in on a few things, man. These are my confessions, man. So, you know, I went to college, man. I went to, first of all, I went to high school at Westchester High School, man. So if you don't know, you better know about them comets, which is crazy, though. Which is crazy. Because my, you know, the little slogan or the little, you know, mascot or whatever is a comet. A comet, man. Can you believe it, man? A comet, man. So just to know how we digging on the fact that the word comet is a new word. So in the Russian dictionaries, you know what I'm saying, even before they started using the word kometa, they just put star with a tail. And you can look in the Russian Doll's etymological dictionary, man. You're gonna see star with a tail. Then it says bearded with tangled locks. I ain't fucking with you. I'm telling you the dog truth, man. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So it says star with a tail, bearded with tangled locks, man. In the Russian dictionary, man. You dig on it, man. Look up the Russian Doll's etymological dictionary, DAL, doll. Anyway, man, I went to Westchester High School, home of the Comets, home of the Dragons, right? I'm from Los Angeles, which they call City of Angels. We know about them seraphim, right? If you study the scriptures, you know about the seraph, the fiery ones with 6 wings, you know what I mean? Dragons, man, dragons. You know how Psalms 18, you know, where David is crying out to the Most High, and he says the Most High, you know, with the Most High speaking, and he said, you know, I got smoke coming out my nose and fire out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, we're just talking dragons, man. My children were just watching Hidden World you know, How to Train Your Dragon, man, which is giving up all the drop. I heard that new Godzilla movie got all the drop. I heard that, you know. So I gotta peep that. I peeped a piece of it, and it had a lot of drop. It got a whole lot of drop. So I'm just giving y'all my confession, man. You know what I'm saying? Went to Westchester High. Graduated in '97. I'm an old head. I went to UC Davis. You know what I mean? I wanted to get out of LA. And my sister was going to UCLA at the time. I said, man, I can't do this again. So I went to Davis, man. Made my own mark, man. Shout out to Marquise, because he was already there from South Central. So he already paved the way. And I just surfed the wave, man. And, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my, man. Look, man, let me tell you the truth. I went to school at 17. At 17, well, the following year at 18, I pledged Kappa Alpha Psi. Fraternity, right? And I see all this stuff today, you know how, you know, everybody put up them posts. They got every single Greek fraternity, sorority, and they all, you know, boule, mate. And that is, it got a lot of drop in there, got a lot of truth in it, because we know there's boule that's connected through these organizations and X, Y, and Z. I've been president of my chapter. I've been to chapter, you know, meetings, reunions, and all this stuff. And I still ain't come across, you know, no boule conversation. Maybe I'm not privy to it, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, colleges and fraternities are like college gangs. They're like gangs, like, you know, it's kind of like gang banging in college. And yeah, you got a small percent that might link into all these other things, and you can say that, but y'all gotta slow down and be careful with all this super assumption shit when you don't know shit. You know what I mean? That's just my, like, I try not to be irritated by a lot of shit, because, you know, you see a lot of misinformation. Yeah, is there a link between Greek fraternities and Masons and boule? Of course. You know, is it all connected into some other thing? Of course, man. But I would say, I can't even give you a percent. I would say over 90%, at least 95%, they just join the college gang, you know, party, get they, you know, women, or they have their thing, and they move on with life. So it's a very few folks. I've never really, you know, I'm sure I've been around them, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like saying, or holding your brother hostage because he was a gangbanger or used to gangbang, and say that, oh, and just lump him into some shit, or just call him a killer. I can't be around this killer because this dude's a gangbanger, when how many gangbangers are real killers, you know, like real killers, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they won't pull the trigger. I'm just saying, like, real killers, like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't say, oh, these people go to this fraternity or join this fraternity, sorority, they must be boule, they must be this and this and that. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but it's such a small percent, and I've never personally witnessed it, personally, from people I know, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so to make these type of connections, because what you do is you demonize your brothers and sisters without even knowing them, without knowing their potential. So when you put up these posts and you say all this stuff, most of them don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So you got to educate them. You know what I'm saying? I can now go back to my chapter up at UC Davis and have communication with them and educate them on what I'm doing at 432, and get them to start watching all the research and stuff, only because I'm not demonizing them. If somebody's a real boule or a real Mason, they probably don't give a fuck what you're talking about anyway. So your posts are affected the masses, and the masses don't know what the hell you're talking about that are in certain colleges or whatever. They're just in college, man. They're kids, man. There's no super secret, you know, meeting of 100% of every naga that goes to college. Like, they're just joining chapters to be cool, or to be this, or to be that, or because they have parents that this, or they really love, you know, some part or some portion or all of the organization from what they think they know. And even when you start knowing more, like, because I know more, I'm not gonna start demonizing my brothers and I can't kick it with you. You a alpha, you a kappa, you a this. Well, damn, that's a lot of the black community, especially in LA. So-called black people, right? Aboriginals, original people, right? So, you know, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I pledge the case with gangsters, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for every chapter. We call it the insane chapter, you know what I mean? IS, insane. And it was like getting put on the hood every day, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't all whatever you thinking and all that shit, so you don't know what people's life and process is. So when you start putting out shit, all I'm saying is you alienating a big population, a big helpful population of elite-minded people that are just very, you know what I'm saying, driven, motivated. And then they read your post and they're like, oh man, I don't know about that truth community thing, because all they do is judge and try to, you know what I'm saying, project their anger on us with their lack of research, because clearly they don't even know me. So, you know, people can say what they say about all this type of shit unless you got the drop. And that's why I rock with the 10 commandments, or really 9 commandments, you know, because 1 and 2 are really the same. But I'm not going to get into the paleo on the Los Lunas tablet in New Mexico, because you got a tablet in New Mexico. Actually, it's not a tablet, excuse me. You got a big boulder in New Mexico, the Los Lunas Decalogue Stone, a huge boulder with Paleo-Picto writing. They date back maybe 3,000 years, right? So it got 9 commandments, and the first and second, since they're the same transgression, don't put no power before your power, and don't make no graven images and worship it, which is putting a power before your power. And somebody came along the way and separated that in their translations into 2 separate things when they're the same transgression. Then you can move on to not killing, don't steal. But the one I want to talk about is don't bear false witness against your brother or your sister. Because that's what happened to me, to put me in a sunken place. Once upon a time, I was in a sunken place because my own, you know, someone I called a brother violated my trust, man. And, you know, he bore false witness just to, you know, get something out of it, you know, whatever that is. So I had to battle that. I had to battle for my own freedom, you know what I'm saying? My own freedom. My family stuck with me, stuck by my side, which is why I'm so close with my family, my real ones, my supporters. I know who you are because I see you in action. If it ain't action, it ain't really about shit, is it? So unless you see something in action and see someone, you know what I'm saying, working, you know, like, you know what I'm saying, without any ulterior alternative, you know, like they're really there for you, unless you really got that. Look, man, let me let you in on a little secret, man. If you got one good friend, man, you win it. That might be your significant other, that might be your homie, it might be, you know what I mean? If you got one real friend, you win it. Don't try to get 100 friends. Just because I drop videos on YouTube and got X amount of subscribers, they don't think I get it twisted for, oh, they got me. Because I've been through real shit, and I know it's about a handful of motherfuckers that got me. And you probably know the same thing. So, you know, you're blessed to have those handfuls, is what I'm saying, man. So, yeah, man, don't demonize, especially 17, 18, 19-year-olds. Like, don't demonize them. They're just joining a gang, an educated gang. You know what I mean? They haven't researched all the stuff you researched. I didn't research all that stuff at 17. We partied, we set it out. You know what I'm saying? We you know, did the community service and all that stuff. You know, but we made memories, you know, being, you know, young ones from LA up in Sacramento, UC Davis. Like, you know, we put it down to where they still talking about how we put it down. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of that. You know, just because, you know, I know more now, or someone's talking shit that don't know shit, that never been through shit, because I've been through it, because I witnessed it, because I witnessed what it is and what it ain't, I can speak on it. Because I got real ones in the fraternities, in different fraternities, you know what I'm saying? And I see how they move, you know what I mean? So I appreciate how they move, you know what I mean? So you can use all that to your advantage. It's just like joining the, you know, invader's army, right? Let's just hypothetically say somebody invades you your land, your country, your island. And then a couple hundred years later, you think you're them and you join their army. Okay, bang. And now you are part of the invaders' army that invaded you on your shores because you're the Indian. Just remember that for my people in the services. It's all good, but you know, it ain't all good, you know what I'm saying? Because you're the Indian man. Imagine your ancestors as you're fighting for the actual invader. And you know, it's not a diss, I'm talking facts, man. Somebody invaded you on your land. Be careful about all this stuff that you joining, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna use you up and you'll be the first collateral damage. Please believe that, you know what I mean? So it's just a real thing. But that's like demonizing them. I can't demonize my family for doing that. You know, they might not really know no better. They might be thinking they're getting a college break or might get some monies or get a career. They're not really thinking they're not in their right minds, man. We're in the mind of a hijack. We think we're them. We think this makes sense. If you were you would know who they are. And you wouldn't be side by side, you know what I mean? Now, they can be cool, but they gotta acknowledge you. So I'm not teaching, you know, you to hate or telling you to hate. Yeah, you got descendants of the invasion today that might be cool, man. They might be for you, man, but they gotta be for you. You gotta let them know who you are. I'm the indigenous. I'm the original on this land. Just know that. You come with respect on that. We respect each other. You surfing the wave. I ain't got no issue with you because you know me. You recognize that. You respect it. So tell these people who you are, man. So don't be banging on people in fraternities or gangs or college gangs. Don't be banging on our people even in the services. Just teach them, man, so that they're safe, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's to make our family safe, man. These are my confessions, man. I graduated from UC Davis. You know, I was majoring in mechanical engineering. And I said, man, fuck that, man. This shit I ain't about to be sitting behind no desk designing lamps, man. So I switched my major to business, economics, basically. I came out working in the stock market with Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, man. Had my clean cut. One day I said, man, fuck this, man. I ain't about to be losing people's money, man. And I got my Chinese bamboo plant off the wall and I walked the hell out of there and called my pops, who was still alive at the time. I said, man, I'm out of there. He said, good, man. I didn't raise you to be no slave. I told you to go to school so you had options, man. Not so that you exercise that one option, man. So go fly, man. I've been flying, you know, ever since, man. Started riding again. I'm still, you know, getting back in my groove as a writer, because you know, I want to start putting books out, man. I want to start writing plays and getting it popping with the theater scene, man. You know, and just elevating shit. I just want to elevate shit, man. So the drop came at a time where I was too depressed to be a writer. I couldn't write. And this took over my life, man, to where I started researching. And, you know, I'm going to wrap it up, man. You know what I mean? You know, ShaBat, ShaLaWam. I'm just chilling with my peoples, man. I'm chilling with my tribe. Just chilling with my tribe. I'm just trying to say this, man. I'm just trying to say this, man. The research for me is like an Excalibur sword. You gotta, you know, what's been breaking through this barrier for me personally, and what I've been able to witness with my bros, with my sisters, man, all across the plane, man. Shout out to Drop Nation everywhere, all across the plane. You gotta first be rooted. You gotta be rooted with Hawa. We call the creator Hawa. Ha is the breath. Wa is the foundation, the security. That's the 5th and the 6th letter of the Hebrew. Right? You start with the Hebrew, you start with the Aleph or the El, right? That's the strong power. And then the 2nd letter is the Bat, which is the house, the tent, the actual floor plan. So you got the strong power that goes into your floor plan. That's you, or your design. That's us. That's the Aleph. That's the Bet. Then you got the Gam, right? The Gam is the movement, man. It's the foot. Now you moving because Hawa has entered your floor plan, man. Now the Gam is the 3rd letter. The fourth letter is a Dal, D-A-L, like dolls, etymological dictionary, man. Dig on that comment, man. So now you go through a door. Dal is doorway. It's a doorway. It's a portal. So remember, this is all Hebrew. I'm just giving you the first 7 letters of the Hebrew paleo. Paleo. All right. Paleo Hebrew. You got the Aleph. That's the strong power. Goes into the Ba'at. That's the floor plan, right? Then you got the Gam, G-A-M, which is the foot, the movement. Now you moving because you got a strong power that went into your floor plan. Now you got action. Then you got a Dal or a doorway. Then you go through the door, man. You go through the portal. That's what happened with the Drop Nation. We got that strong power into our floor plan, started moving, went through a portal. You know, bought 10 acres of land in Utah. We're going to keep building on that. Let's go. It's the floor plan. It's the design. We didn't plan this. This is happening, man. It's all happening. Let's go. And then the 5th letter is the Ha, or really it's an AH, like a it's a Ha or a it's a breath, man. But it's a breath that you inhale. So they say it's like a man with his arms raised, but it's really your mama. That's mama. That's Big Mama. As soon as you walk through that door, that doorway, Big Mama is right there with her arms, and she says, which means to reveal, a breath, a reveal, like, really? Really, you through the door? And then that 6th letter is the Wah. Man, just say it with me. Wah. Man, you blow that you blow that shit down, man. So you take the breath in, that's your mama, that's the feminine, that's the inhale, and then you exhale the Wah. And then the 7th letter is the Zan or Zion or Zan, which is literally a weapon, which means to cut off. That's why the 7th day, every 7th day is a cut off day for Israel, because we get our floor plan, we get our design, we get to take that rest, which is also a weapon. We weaponize by taking that Zan, that breath, that rest. You know, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, just shut it down and just see how the world turns when you do it. I know you're like, I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I get it, but then go ahead and stay in captivity, because the Creator gave you 10 or 9 commandments, and the 4th commandment is keep the Shabbat forever. You don't care because you got to get money. I get it, but what do you like more, captivity or freedom? The Creator is just saying, you want to rock, here's how to rock. We like, yeah, but I got to get this paper. Creator says, what's paper? What do you mean? I gave you gold, man. I gave you every fine precious stone, jewels. I gave you all the herbs of the field. I gave you land, and you want fucking paper, and you can't keep the Shabbat because you need that paper. You gotta trust the Creator, man. If you want to turn around this captivity, you gotta keep those basic. Look, if we were starting a community right now, what would you want out of the people that you're rocking with? You would want to know that they acknowledge that there's a Creator of this earth, of this system we're in, and that this Creator is us and works with us, through us, and we don't put no power, we don't hijack ourselves, we don't plug into no other frequency, man. That's when you don't put no God before me, no power before your power. You know what I mean? You would want them to, you know what I'm saying, not kill and not steal, not bear false witness against their neighbor, man, and be able to weaponize together, show their unity every single week. You want Black History Month, golly, man, show your unity every week. Just shut it down, man. However you do it, you know what I'm saying? Just shut it down every 7th day, whatever 7th day you think it is. I know we on the Gregorian, Julian, all these calendars. I know it's all crazy. We don't know what day is what, but just acknowledge it, man. Just acknowledge Hawa. Acknowledge that you give a shit about 9 basic rules, man, to spiral up, because the 9 is the spiral. It's the portal. 4 + 3 + 2 is 9. 4, 3, 2. This is a frequency that brings things together, man. Watch the cymatics experiments on YouTube where they got the iron sheet and the sand on the iron sheet, and then they play it at 432 hertz, and sand comes together. When they play it at 440, which is what all music is tuned to on the radio and the TV and everything. Everything's in 440. That's a separating, distorted frequency. Even Hitler was experimenting with that. And this is what they use as their concert standard since 1953, according to the International Standards Organization. And before that, the British Standard Institute, BSI, used the same frequency. And this is what they use standard on our radios and TVs. What captivity do you think we're in? 432 is your ancient love song, man. It's gonna put you together, it's gonna calm you down, it's gonna help you see clearly, and that's what we've been rocking with, and we've been able to see clearly. Again, it's an Excalibur sword, man. So what we do, how we rock, you know what I'm saying, how I flow personally, you know what I'm saying, when I'm flowing and going through, you know, whatever lesson, there's 4 points, man, 4 points that we are always on. That's our cross, right? That's the fire, the water, the ether, the earth, man. That's the indigenous cross sticks, the mark, the sign. That's the last letter of the Hebrew, the Tau. X marks the spot, like Wakanda forever. That's X, that's the Tau. That's the St. Andrew's cross, right? The Roots, shout out to the Roots. Shout out to the Clan Ross, you know what I mean? Dig on it. So we keep 4 basic points when we're teaching or flowing in terms of how we rock with Drop Nation. 1, your creator exists, and we stick with that, you know, energy that our creator exists. 2, we rock with our frequency. We rock with the spiral, the 9, like the 9 commandments, or the 4 + 3 + 2 is 9, which is the portal, you dig? We rock with our indigenous truth, man. We know we're indigenous to this land and all lands, but specifically they just found you here, you dig? You're indigenous here, and we dig on that. And the 4th thing is our orientation, man. We make sure you know you're not spinning on no ball. You don't feel like you're spinning because you're not spinning. The creator gave you senses to be able to sense your environment. All right, he's not gonna disorient you so that you don't know if you're spinning or not. I think you're a more sophisticated creature than that. And that's called the Copernican Theory since 1543, and you need to dig on it. Because before that, all throughout the scripture, the Most High says you are firm, fixed, and immovable. The earth is firm, fixed, and immovable. How you get a spinning ball at 1,100 miles per hour, flying through space at 67,000 miles per hour, chasing the sun that's going like over 100,000 miles per hour. Somehow it catches the sun, does a lap around it. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're on a plane of existence, and it goes on and on. There's so much land that you don't know about. And because they got you thinking you're on a ball, man. Oh, we discovered this whole ball. We discovered all the land on the ball. Wait till you see all this land popping up out of nowhere. Wait till you see what this world really look like. You think dragons is crazy. Wait till you see what this world really look like. And I'm telling you that because it's going to happen, and I know you feel it. Because the more you get real, the more this shit gets fake, the more the system breaks down. You in the matrix, the matrix. Love to natural by law. You in the matrix, man. You in the womb. But there's a synthetic womb, and there's a real womb. Your real mama, your real Shekinah, your real wisdom. So, you know, these are my confessions, man. I love y'all. That's how the drop got popping, man. And, you know what I'm saying, ever since then, man, we've been in the ether, man. Hit up 432thedrop.com. Download our app so you in the ether with us. Know that we love you, man. It's much a high. ShaBat, ShaLaWam to the home team. And I appreciate y'all for digging on this, man, with me, man, because I'm just having a feel-good moment. And it feels good to be Zani, man. Remember your Zan. Remember your rest. Remember your ShaBat, man. Ahab, man. True love to the true ones. ShaBat, ShaLaWam.